We intend to inspect all premises where people claim to be treating Kenyans, because as a means of medical services, we have an obligation to protect Kenyans. We are also going to educate our pharmacists and our health workers that anytime you see a drug is not meeting your expectation, don't hesitate to submit it in writing to the Pharmacy Advisory Board, from where then we shall confirm the quality of manufacturing from the laboratory.
Besides serving as a regional sampling laboratory for countries in the East African Community, Southern Sudan and New Somalia, it's underutilized.
And I was encouraging the National Quality Control Lab, which is in my ministry, to be proactive, to go out and say what they are, what they can do. Even beyond the drugs, are there other things they can test which are related?
Notwithstanding, the lab boasts 4 different departments manned by well-trained, qualified and experienced personnel.
The workforce is divided into 4 main departments or units. That is the wet chemistry unit, the biological analysis and medical devices unit, the documentation unit, and the quality assurance unit.
The tests that we carry out on any products are determined by what is requested of our clients, and also by standards which have been set by international institutions. The very first step when we receive a sample is to document what has been delivered to us by a client for testing, and also to identify the tests that the client wants us to carry out on the product. Samples are stored under very precisely controlled environmental conditions to ensure that the status of the sample does not change while it remains in our custody throughout the testing process. The most simple exercise that can be carried out on any product will entail some element of determining the mass, and that is, I'd say, a test that is carried out on all products that we analyze here. The dissolution test is a test that is designed to determine how well tablets or capsules is able to release the active ingredient once it has been swallowed by the patient.
See these 2 tablets? One is genuine, just how it works inside your stomach. The other is not.
One technique that we very commonly use here in the lab is high-performance liquid chromatography. It allows you just visually at a glance to very accurately have an idea of whether you're dealing with a counterfeit product or whether you're actually dealing with a product that is of good quality. A good quality product, like the one we've tested, would appear like this. You have 2 peaks, each representing the active ingredients. On the other hand, you had the substandard product, and you can see clearly here it has only 1 peak, meaning that it does not have one of the active ingredients.
Apart from testing the pharmaceutical products, the lab also evaluates the quality of medical devices, which include but not limited to male and female condoms and surgical gloves.
When you're testing condoms, you need to find out the dimensions to ensure that the dimensions are within the set limits, that is the length, the width, and the thickness. And you also need to establish whether the condom can withstand pressure when it's under use. So for this, we carry out burst pressure and burst volume tests. By allowing air that is controlled into the condom up to a certain limit. Normally, the condom should be bursting at a particular volume and a particular pressure, which the machine records. But if it bursts below these pressures or below the volumes that are required, then the condom is substandard. The biological analysis unit is in charge of mainly microbiological tests. And this includes sterility testing, where we test pharmaceuticals to ensure that they are free from microorganisms. The National Quality Control Laboratory has also diversified its activity and can now test, apart from pharmaceutical products, can also test any liquid product for minerals, such as water, mineral water, energy drinks, and any other suspensions that are suspected to contain minerals.
These departments ensure that the National Quality Control Laboratory achieves our vision of being an internationally respected center of excellence for the quality control of medicines and medical devices.
I want to appeal to our fellow Kenyans that this lab is open for them. It is a lab where they can seek for answers for the problems that they have, and indeed we can give them.
For me, it's an excellent facility which has huge potential, but which currently is still fairly underutilized, and which we need to find a way to take it to the level where it should be.
We also intend to request the government to gazette ports of entry for drugs, so that the people from the lab can be at those points of entry, rather than drugs coming in from any part of Kenya.
The internal surveillance system must be very strong and very incorruptible.
We hope that the lab will have attained ISO certification and will be able even to offer services not only to Kenya, but to our sister countries and beyond.
Quality medicines protect.